Hi, I'm Olivia. I live in San Francisco. I love to read, make things, and I'm currently trying to live out my founder dreams. Let me take you through what I got up to this week. So when I used to work a corporate job, I would have the worst Sunday scaries. It just always felt so daunting starting another week where I know things would come up and I would get stressed. And now that I'm kind of doing my own thing, there's like a new flavor of existential dread. Like that doesn't go away, but on Sunday nights, I really don't feel that fear as I feel ready. Like I often feel very prepared on what I need to do, and dare I say, a little excited to do it. But that being said, things don't always go as planned. So this is the ugly truth behind trying to build something on your own. Let me pull back the curtain for you. It's a roller coaster. Like some days are great and others really aren't. But the worst thing, I think, is being in problem purgatory, which is unfortunately kind of where I am. I'm kind of in between things right now after the last thing that I was working on, but I have a lot of ideas. I'm just kind of in the stage of trying to validate and figure out what's the right thing to actually work on. So really what that means is I'm sending out a lot of cold emails, talking to potential users, and trying to figure out what is this thing? Is there something here worth building? But yeah, so if any of you out there edit videos and are willing to tell me about it, my DMs are open. So it's been kind of gloomy and rainy in San Francisco lately, but today there's finally some sun. So I want to get out and try some cyanotype or sun printing to develop some of my photos. I have recently been obsessed with it. I've gone down so many rabbit holes on Google and YouTube, learning how to do it and seeing all of the different techniques that people use as well. So I'm really excited to finally have a good day to try it out. But all of this started because I hate this wall. It's right behind my desk and it's just so bare. I've been feeling this a lot though because I've been recording myself at my desk more and it's just the worst background. So my first thought was to put a bookshelf here, but between here and my desk, there's actually not that much space, and this is how I walk to get into my desk. So I'd rather not put a big piece of furniture here, which is how I landed on photos. So I'm now obsessed with trying to develop my own photos by sun printing. So it's a photographic printing process where you can print an image using the sun's UV rays. And it's actually really simple to do at home. You can buy pre-treated sheets or the solutions to mix it yourself. I've tried both. Pre-treated is definitely easier, but you can do a lot more with the solution. And you just need to place items on top of the sheets, like a photo negative or even some flowers. And then you just set it outside for a few minutes to 15 minutes, depending on the UV level. And then you wash out the papers until they run clear and hang to dry to finish developing the blues. So I finished what I had to do early today, so I have some free time to do something fun. Typically what that means is I'll often just read. Currently I'm reading Careless People by Sarah Wynne Williams. It's the memoir about the Facebook execs. Initially, as someone who is in tech, the last thing I wanted to do was also read about tech. But I actually interned there so many years ago now, back when it was still called Facebook. And so I was curious. I couldn't resist. And so far it's pretty good. It's kind of as you might expect, but the storytelling was actually pretty good. But anyway, I actually haven't been reading today. I thought it would be fun instead to work on a personal website. So like I said, it's just for fun. I really haven't done that much yet, but I thought it might be interesting to show you where I'm at, even though it's still a little scary at the moment, and to walk you through what it's like when I'm making something. So this is where I'm at so far. The vision was to have like a digital pin board. And so I would have these different sections on it, like a little bit about me, my projects, a couple of fun facts like my favorite books and favorite restaurants. And then when a user actually comes to the page, they can explore it in any direction, like you would be looking at a real pin board. But as you can see, I haven't added any of those sections yet, and there's still a lot of work to do, but this is where I'm at. This is typically what it looks like when I'm making something. Typically, I'll start off with like a high-level vision, and because I'm not really a designer, I don't actually like mock it up or design it ahead of time. Instead, I'll just build out a rough structure. So here I've built out like the pin board and the tiles that comprise the board, so that over time I can add content to those tiles and kind of add different features piece by piece. But yeah. Oh, and I also wanted to update you on my cyanotype prints. So how it works is after you print it in the sun and wash it, it takes up to 24 hours for the blues to fully darken. So let me show you what they look like now. Okay, so most of what I've done so far has been experiments. Well, let me just show you. So my very first prints were done on these pre-treated sheets, meaning the solution was already on the sheet. And so all I had to do was take my photo negatives, place it on the sheet, stick it outside, wash it afterwards, then hang it. But I've been doing several tests to really understand the different exposure times and different UV levels. And so this was my first one that I did. And this was outside for 15 minutes, which actually I learned was a long time. So you'll notice that there is very little definition left on these images. It's like clearly very overexposed. It's a lot bluer. Honestly, the entire process of printing this first one was such a fail. I went outside and it actually just started raining and it completely ruined my negatives, and the pictures didn't even turn out that well. But anyway, then I properly tested with 4 different images at 4 different exposure times, 5 minutes, 7 minutes, 10 minutes, and 12. And so this is, I did 5 minutes. This one here is 7 minutes, 10 minutes, and 12. And I think these actually turned out really well. Like, I think the sweet spot for these pre-treated sheets in this UV level would be somewhere between the 7 minute and the 10 minute. Like, this one's pretty clear. Like, you can actually see a lot of the good detail of the painted ladies in San Francisco. And then I did some more prints with a kit, and it's like a 2-part solution. So you mix it up and you paint it on the paper, you let it dry, and then you can do the same thing with your photo negatives. And I tried to do the same thing with the exposure times. So this was 5 minutes, 7, 10, and 12. And I think what happened here was it was a really sunny day. I went outside exactly at midday and the UV level was pretty high. It was like a 6. So I think it just got overexposed really quickly. But yeah, lots to figure out and tweak here, but I'm really excited. I can see the vision starting to come to life. It's not quite there. I still need to figure out how to get the print a little clearer. And then I'll be printing more cards, posters, shirts, it all. But anyway, that's what I got up to this week. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.